ASMR by Jake. I am finally back with another video. I know you guys have waited way too long for this, but I'm very happy to be back. As you guys can see from the title, this video is going to be about movies that were my top movies that came out in 2022, and I'll be talking about some movies that came out in 2020, or some movies that are going to come out in 2023, upcoming movies that I'm excited about. So, if you guys just want to go ahead and get straight to the content, timestamps should be in the description already. Feel free to skip ahead if you'd like to stick around for the intro. Right on. But yeah, wow. I think it's been about 6 or 7 months. Truth be told, I did not mean to wait this long. I actually got a new job recently, which I'm really enjoying. It took me a while to get settled there, but I'm there and I'm learning a lot, so it's actually really great. I also recently went on a vacation. That was awesome. Had a great time. I'd be lying if I said I haven't been playing a ton of video games. That's also been happening. Yeah, actually, about 4 months ago, I had filmed a video that was supposed to come out. It was going to be about, like putting a PC build together, like building a desktop computer, but just all online, nothing physical. I just know there's a lot of people trying to get into that world right now and build their own computers. So I figured I could come out with a video to assist with that. But unfortunately, I didn't like the way that it panned out. So, yeah. But that's about it. So, the way I have this video set up is we're actually going to be I'll give you like some facts and some reviews about the movie. I'll give you my take on it, what I thought about it, why it made my top 5 list, and I'm just going to be making some tapping sounds and some hand sounds throughout. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Let's get to it. Alright, so the first movie we are going to be talking about is a good one. It's a big one. I'm gonna put the pictures up here somewhere so you should be able to see everything. The first video that made my top 5 list of movies that came out in 2022 is the movie Nope. Nope. I know obviously a fair amount of memes have come out about just the name of the movie, but that is Jordan Peele's. That's the director. That's his most recent film. I think it was excellent. I really enjoyed the film. It's very unique. It was certainly on brand for other films that we've seen from him, those being Get Out and Us, which I also thought were great films. Truth be told, anything that he does at this point, I'm just excited to see. I personally think he has a great method of storytelling and is extremely funny. Yeah, I get excited every time to watch something of his, and I think Nope did great. So, reviews for Nope, it ended up getting an 83% on Rotten Tomatoes, and Google users gave it a 63%. I like giving both of those reviews because Rotten Tomatoes is a little more official, but truth be told, I think the Google user reviews end up giving a better tell of what the people sort of think of the film. And yeah, I was kind of surprised to see those reviews. They were rather low. I do believe those reviews come in lower than his other films, but I do think that's because this film was just even more unique than the other ones. I know the ending kind of rubbed some people the wrong way, or not necessarily rubbed them the wrong way, but just it wasn't what they were expecting or what they wanted out of the film, and that's okay. I personally loved it. I thought it was great. I liked the ending. I liked all the parts throughout. It was an awesome film. I don't want to spoil anything, just in case you of you guys, and certainly speaks to my enjoyment for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The next film is Thor: Love and Thunder. I was very excited for this film to come out, and it didn't necessarily fully live up to my expectations, but I do think that they did a pretty decent job with the film. If any of you have watched my Marvel tier list video, which if you haven't, go give it a view, you'll know that I am very biased towards Thor. He is my favorite. I perhaps, may have ranked his movies a little bit higher than other people would have, and that's totally okay. But I do acknowledge this, and I do know that I have quite a big bias for him. So, Rotten Tomatoes ended up giving the movie a 64%, and Google users gave the movie a 69%. In the box office, it made $761 million. It's a fair amount. Pretty on par for a Marvel Cinematic Universe movie. Its original release date was July 8th, 2022. Now, part of the reason why I think this movie didn't necessarily do as well as its predecessor, Thor Ragnarok, is because it was really, really hard to beat Thor Ragnarok. That movie did so many things right, and so many people loved that film. It would have been very difficult to do it again, but they certainly tried, and I think they came fairly close. The Thor: Love and Thunder had more serious undertones than Thor Ragnarok did, and I think that was good. If they just tried making another happy, funny movie, I'm not sure it would have landed the same. So I am glad that they went the direction they went, and it did give Thor some character building that I think he desperately needed. He always was sort of put in that sort of, I guess, character archetype of just being, the almighty God who has no problems. But he certainly has problems, and you can see that in the movie. So I really like what they did with it. I also thought they were going to go a completely different direction. So by the end of the film, I was surprised to see where it landed, or where it ended, if that makes sense. Again, I don't want to spoil anything, so feel free to watch the film. But yeah, Thor: Love and Thunder definitely makes it on my top 5 list for movies from 2022. They got the same writer that they had for Thor Ragnarok, which was Taika Waititi, which is partly why I think it had the same sort of vibe that Thor Ragnarok did. But like I said, I think he did a great job writing it in sort of a different light, a little more serious than Thor Ragnarok. So yeah, Thor: Love and Thunder definitely makes it on my top 5. Let's go to the next film. Alright, so I know that I said that I wasn't going to pick favorites within the top 5. However, if I was going to pick one, this next one might be up there. Feel free to judge me all you want, but I really enjoyed this movie. The next movie we're going to talk about is Batman. Batman 2022, the one with Robert Pattinson. He did a great job as Batman. I know this is my opinion, and if you don't share that same view, that's totally okay, and I can see why. However, I think he played his Batman very well. I don't think it's fair to compare prizes or anything like that. This film felt unique from the other Batmans. It told its own story while still remaining true to all the things that we already know about Batman. Rotten Tomatoes gave it an 85%, and Google users gave it a 81%. In the box office, it made $771 million. Again, pretty standard amount for a rather large film. Its original release date was March 4th, 2022. I didn't catch this one in theaters, unfortunately, but I wish that I had. They did the darkness of the movie so well. I always love DC because they go so much darker than Marvel does. They don't necessarily stay on the surface of I guess those more serious themes and whatnot. They'll just dive right in, and Batman did that very, very well. Obviously, Batman is a very dark and boding character himself, and the movie's story just culminated with Robert Pattinson playing that, and it just ended up being a great film. It was a rather lengthy one, but honestly, I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. It was a joy to watch. Again, feel free to watch it on your own. I don't want to spoil anything for you guys, but the ending was just what I wanted it to be, and the story was very. I mean, honestly, the story on its surface was a very basic, straightforward story, but the way that they filmed it was rather perfect. So yeah, Batman definitely makes it on my top 5 list, and like I said, it might even be my favorite of the movies from 2022. I really appreciated the theme of the movie, and I was constantly questioning what was going to happen next. So that is Batman, and our third movie of 5. Let's go to the next movie. Alright, for this next film, I can acknowledge that a lot of people may think that it does not deserve to be in a top 5 2022 movie list. However, the reason I'm going to put it there is because I went into the movie with such low expectations and was pleasantly surprised by the result. The next movie we are going to talk about is Top Gun Maverick. I know. You can be mad at me all you want. You can throw your judgments down in the comments. I'll accept it all. I think this movie was good. I wouldn't necessarily say that it was one of my favorite movies ever or anything like that. But the reason why I think it deserves to be in the top 5 list is because it is very rare that an old series gets rebooted and gets a follow-up movie, a sequel, and it's actually good, if not as good as the previous film. I think there was a lot of people that did not watch the first movie, but still watched the second one, and they were still able to, acknowledge all of the same story points that were given in the first movie. Basically, you didn't have to watch the first film to like or enjoy the second film. Instantly, movies deserve major props for being able to do that. It's rare that you can impart all of the emotion and story points from a previous film within the second as if they watched the first film. It's a hard thing to do, and I think Top Gun Maverick did it well. I mean, this movie came nearly 30 years after its previous iteration. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 96%. Google users gave it an 80%. There is a fair disparity there, and I think it's warranted. Rotten Tomatoes maybe just sort of saw it as a big, nice, fancy film and just gave it a nice review, which, to be fair, it was a nice, fancy film. But, a movie is culminated by both the film itself and the story behind it. So, I think that the cinematics of the movie definitely stood out a little bit more than the story itself, but that's okay. In the box office, it made $1.488 billion USD. That is a fair amount of money. It definitely did well. A lot of people went out to see it, and I think for a lot of people this was like their first movie back in the theaters, just because it felt like for a little while there, not many people were going to see movies. So this film originally released May 27th, 2022, and had a budget of $170 million. So they made a lot of money. It certainly profited. They did their job, that is for sure. There's definitely a couple of fun facts within this film. A ton more than I'm going to share with you, but I'll just give you a little bit. Almost every single jet scene is real. And what I mean by that is the actors were actually in the jets. They were not flying the jets, but they were right behind the actual pilots as they piloted the jets. That takes an incredible amount of training and skill to even be able to fly inside of a jet. There was stories of the actors throwing up every single day on set because of the G-force of the jets was just too much. Because of the fact that they had to be in the actual jets themselves, the actors actually had to do their own makeup for scenes in the jet, which I thought was very funny. And also, random fact, the beach scene that you see in the movie, they finished it and filmed it, and Tom Cruise himself watched it back and said, "No, we need to film it again. I want everybody to be buffer for the scene too." So they literally had to work out more before they were able to film that scene again. I just think that's funny, but it does go to show you the lengths that these guys go through to give us a good film sometimes. So, yeah, Top Gun Maverick was in fact one of my top 5 movies of 2022. I'd be curious to see if you guys watched the film or what you thought of it. I would actually really like to see if you guys enjoyed it, or what critiques you would have on the film, or if you think it deserves to be one of the top 5 movies of 2022. But with that being said, let's go ahead and move on to our last film of 2022 before we talk about upcoming movies in 2023. Alright, the next film we're going to be talking about is Avatar: The Way of Water, or Avatar: Way of Water. I'll just start with the reviews on this one. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 76%, and Google users actually gave it a 93%. Box office, it made $2.177 billion, and they actually had a budget of $250 million. So, once again, this film did its job. They made a lot of money. It originally released December 16th, 2022. It barely made it into the 2022 films, but it did, and I'm glad that it did, because Avatar, the first movie, and now the is not what makes the film, if you ask me, but in very similar ways to Top Gun, Avatar: Way of Water was just such a grand cinematic film. I mean, the CGI that goes into it is I mean, it's gorgeous. I mean, it's art in and of itself. I mean, there's just, I gotta imagine a fair amount of that budget was just almost all CGI, similar to the last movie. But what Way of Water did very well is it kept the same amount of grandeur that the first film had. Watching Avatar back in, I believe it was 2010, it was just such a uniquely big film that we've never seen before. The fact that they were able to kind of actually make you think that the film was taking place on another planet was fantastic. And Way of Water it kept that same level of awesomeness in terms of CGI and whatnot. That's very difficult to do, to be able to, mimic the last film and still make everything seem new, but also, familiar, because we have been to Pandora before. There's like I said, the story is fairly rich, but it's certainly not why I would recommend the film. Why I would recommend the film is because it felt the same as the first Avatar in a good way. It's rare, like I said before, it's rare that sequels can match the same level of its previous film, and Avatar: Way of Water did that, which is why I think it deserves to be one of the top 5 films of 2022. I do believe there's a couple more movies coming out, so maybe you guys can catch those as well. Same with Top Gun and Avatar: Way of Water. I'd be really interested to see what you guys think of it. Let's go ahead and give a couple of honorable mentions. Both of these movies are MCU. They are Marvel movies. As you can tell, I do enjoy my comic stories, my superhero stories. But one that didn't make it on my top 5 list was Multiverse of Madness, Doctor Strange. I was let down by that movie. It was a good movie. It was fine. But it was not at the same level of the previous Doctor Strange or even other Marvel movies. In some ways, the story kind of felt thrown together. I do like that Scarlet Witch finally got, a bit of her own story, but even there, I think there was a lot of people who were upset to see the direction that everything went. If you did not watch the Scarlet Witch show beforehand, there would have been some stuff you missed out on, but truth be told, whether you watched it or not, I still don't think the story was quite where it should have been. The cameos were amazing. I will not spoil those for you if you have not seen them. It's honestly a great reason to watch the show. You do get to see some familiar faces from, I guess, places you did not think you'd be able to see them at. But sure enough, there was some great cameos. The movie still had sort of its, joyfulness to it, and there were some funny parts. It did go kind of dark. Honestly, it might be one of the darker Marvel movies I've personally watched in a while, which I did appreciate, but I'm not sure they did it right. Like I said, towards the end of the movie, I kind of was just like, okay, that was a movie, and that's about it. So that's why Multiverse of Madness did not make it for me. Wakanda Forever, the only reason that movie did not make the list for me is because I still haven't watched it yet. I think a lot of people said it was great, necessarily make it to my top 5 2022 list. But I'm excited for the movies of 2023. As I'm filming this, the John Wick Chapter 4 trailer came out very recently, and it got me very excited for the film. I personally cannot wait to watch that. It's kind of funny that I can look at the 4th iteration or the 4th movie in a series and still be excited to basically see the same stuff. I mean, let's be honest, not too much changes in between each John Wick. They're all mostly the same. But I just love seeing Keanu Reeves in that role, and it's so much just action and energy, and I just love it. They do it so well every time. Very excited for John Wick Chapter 4. Keeping with my theme of loving Marvel movies, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, I'm very excited to watch as well. I love that. I mean, obviously the title has changed from Ant-Man to Ant-Man and the Wasp, but I still love that Evangeline Lilly, the Wasp, is still in these films and is just as important as Ant-Man. I think they ended up making that duo a very great thing. Not to spoil too much, but his daughter is going to be in the film as well, which I love just because of the sort of reunion we got to see in previous films. And it's more multiverse stuff. We get to go into the quantum realm and actually explore it. We had only touched it so much in other Marvel films, and I think it's going to be really unique once again, and I think they have a chance to make this a pretty great film. I haven't been crazily impressed with all of the Marvel movies that have come out recently, but I'm very excited for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Another movie I'm excited for that's coming out this year is actually the Super Mario Brothers movie. You can call me a nerd, whatever you want, but I think there's a chance it could be a good one. I don't know too much about it, and I don't necessarily want to. I kind of want to be surprised. I am going in with lower expectations, just because video game movies never really do well, and a Super Mario one just sounds like it would be really hard to do. But the little glimpse that I've seen of it might be rather cool, might be a little bit interesting. It's a world that we've never gotten to see brought to screen in that way. Obviously there's plenty of games, but there's a chance we get to really dive deep into that Mario world, and that is something I'm personally excited for. I hope they do it well. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I love me some good Guardians action. The last 2 movies were great. 1 was certainly better than 2. And I'm hoping 3 can keep up with the other ones. Again, I haven't seen much on it, but I like most Marvel movies, and I'm curious to see what they do with the 3rd film. I think there's a lot of open or unanswered questions when it comes to our Guardians, so I want to see how they tie things up. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. This movie, the previous movie was amazing. I don't have to. I'm sure that's not an opinion that's foreign to most. I think a lot of people really enjoy that film and are very excited to see that there's another one coming out. It's gonna be hard to do the same thing that they did in the first one and still have it be amazing in the second one. As I've said in this video, that's a hard thing to do, but if there was a movie that could do it, it would be this one, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. That first one was just so groundbreaking with all of the different things that were put into that film, both with the cinematography cinematography and with the story, it was just exceptional. So getting to see that world again is just going to be a treat. I mean, it'll be awesome. A couple other movies that are coming out this year. There's a new Indiana Jones. Honestly, I'm kind of meh about that. I think Indiana Jones had a story, and it should probably be over, but I guess they want more money. I don't know. They're doing another one. And then Dune Part 2. I do like the Dune story, and I did like the first film, so I just want to see the story continue, and I'm really interested to see if they'll be able to do it better than the original movies. Obviously, David Lynch was very limited with his technology at the time that those first set of movies came out. So now that the technology can sort of match the sci-fi nature of the film, it has a chance to be great. And I think the first movie was awesome. The one with Timothy Chalamet, if I'm getting that right, and Zendaya. Excellent. It was awesome. I enjoyed it. So I am just excited for the second one. But that's it, guys. That brings me to the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I promise you will not have to wait nearly as long for the second one. But I appreciate everybody who stuck around, and let me know what you think down in the comments. What movies are you guys excited for, and what movies made your top 2022 list? But yeah, that's about it. So hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you're asleep